Howdy, and welcome to an instructional video of how to use a lacrosse ball to release our TFL muscle. The TFL is a tiny muscle here on the outside front of my hip, and it is the main internal rotator of our hip. It also is a hip flexor. So if we have any limitations in hip flexion, but especially with hip internal rotation, this is a perfect exercise to get started with. So I've got my friendly lacrosse ball here, and let me show you the foolproof way to make sure that you can increase your hip internal rotation by working on the right muscle. So I'm going to start by laying on my back with my knees bent, and the TFL is going to be right inside of my front pocket. So wearing a nice pair of shorts or pants is super helpful for this. It will help me find exactly where that muscle is. So I like to have people find their really pointy hip bone here on the top, and then we're going to go just south and just outside of that. So if I stick my thumb in here and apply a little pressure, as I rotate my knee outwards and inwards, I should feel that muscle push into my thumb. I might need to apply a little bit more pressure, but if I'm too far out or I'm too high, I'm not going to feel the same thing I would if I apply pressure on the muscle and rotate. So once I've found the muscle, we're going to take that friendly lacrosse ball, we're going to gently press it in here and make sure as I roll onto my side that this ball does not move. So we're going to come into our side here. Notice I'm holding that lacrosse ball in place, and I like to have people bring their top leg in front of them, keep this bottom leg where the ball is nice and bent. And then the last thing I want you to do is kind of support your head or neck. You can use a pillow or a foam roller because we want the rest of our body to be nice and relaxed while we dig into this TFL. So this is pretty tender. Now again, to make sure I'm on the right spot, I can internally rotate that leg. I can lift that foot up in the air. I feel that muscle pressing into the ball. This is really key. Once I've found my pressure point, my trigger point that I'm trying to release, we're not going to move around. We're going to stay nice and still, apply intense but tolerable pressure 30 to 60 seconds before I ease up and give myself a break. So hold that spot, big deep breaths. We should feel that muscle maybe relax, release. Then after that 30 to 60 seconds, we can give it a break. So that right there is your TFL release to improve our hip internal rotation using our friendly lacrosse ball.